everybody, and good Sunday evening to you, man. I don't know what it's like where you're at, but it is absolutely hot here. I just got in from outside and I was doing some things, and it's like 105 here today and humid as a all get out. And it just, but yeah, but I wanted to come on. We're going to get off topic a little bit. We're going to get back on topic on Monday, I guess tomorrow. And, but I wanted to talk about something today that I think is extremely important for everybody to understand. And the reason it's important that you understand this is after the last couple of days talking to people and people messaging me and texting me and talking about the videos and talking about the lives and talking about the topics. Some people like them, some people don't. I don't really care, one way or the other. I hope that people like them, obviously, but the naysayers and the haters and all that stuff, I just delete them and move on. You don't got time for that in business. I mean, I remember I bought a Ford truck. It's been several years ago, and I bought it first time I bought it strictly online, and it was a dealership over in Arlington, Texas, and did everything online, did all the paperwork online, did everything. All I needed to do was pull in there, drive up, and get in the truck. And so, of course, I pull in, and, everybody and their brother meets you on the parking lot. Yeah, and I said, I've already bought a car, thank you. And go in there, and the guy pulls the car around, and it was white, pearl white. And I said, Ford had just came out with a new blue. It's really pretty, kind of a light blue color, metallic. And so he said, here, Mr. Miller, we've got your truck. I said, that's not the truck I ordered. I ordered a blue one. And he said, oh, let me go check. He said, oh, yeah, you did order a blue one. And he said, well, do you have time for us to get it ready? I said, no, I don't. I said, that's why I did everything online. My time is very tight. And I said, I tell you what, let's just cancel it. He said, oh, no, we don't want to do that. Obviously, they didn't want to lose a sale. And so he said, why don't I give you a car tonight? You can drive home, and we'll bring the truck to you tomorrow, and we'll pick the car up. And I said, well, I'm headed out. And I said, what are you going to give me? He said, what do you want? And I said, I want that brand new Mustang sitting right there. I said, if you would take the stickers off the window, I'll drive that. And he said, wow. He said, really? He said, that's what you want to drive? I said, yeah. I said, I mean, I just bought a $60,000 truck. I said, I'm going to drive home in a $60,000 Mustang. And so he went in and talked to somebody, and he came out. He said, well, I guess we can do that. And I said, I guess you can if you want me to buy that truck. And so the guy said, what made you buy it online? I said, I'm a tech guy, and I wanted to see what it was like. He said, yeah, a lot of people are afraid of that. And he said, they'll start online, and then they'll cancel, then they'll come over here. And he said, I'm not sure what they're afraid of. And I said, they're afraid of the unknown. I said, everybody's afraid to do something new. And I said, by the way, since I saw a Rhino liner sticker over on their shop, where their Get Ready shop. And I said, oh, by the way, since you screwed my truck up, I said, put me a free Rhino liner in there since I got to wait on to get it tomorrow. He said, man, you drive a hard bargain. I said, you guys screwed up. I said, I came over here to get my truck, and I got to wait a day. But anyway, I got a free Rhino liner for the truck. And they gave me the Mustang, and I drove off and went and did what I had to do. And sure enough, the next day, they were at my doorstep. Guy knocked on the door. He said, Mr. Miller, we have your truck here if you'd like to come out and inspect it. And walked out. It was the exact truck I ordered with all the specs and everything. And they had the Rhino liner sprayed in. It was pretty cool. And he told me, he said, don't put anything in the back end for 2 or 3 days. And he said, everybody's at the shops talking that you bought this online. I said, yeah. I said, I did. I said, I don't know why that so freaks everybody out. He said, man, nobody wants to do that. And I said, yeah. I said, I was talking to your salesman yesterday. I said, everybody's afraid of change. I said, it wasn't long ago that you guys didn't deliver cars to people's doorsteps because they were so busy they didn't have time to come get it. And he said, you're right. He said, I didn't think about that. I said, that's change. People don't want to trust you to do what you're going to do. I said, you guys kind of screwed it up in the beginning, but you made it right. And I said, but people are afraid of the unknown. They're afraid of change. They're afraid to do things that they're not used to. Well, I've got something crazy to tell you. Uh, I wasn't a computer guy. I wasn't a computer tech. I taught myself how to do everything. And my first $1 million that I ever made was online. I built an online store. Now, this was way back, back in the AOL days and the Netscape days, and built my website and started marketing. And that's when you could email market like crazy until they really put the clutches down on that. And I was one of the largest email marketers in the world. And so, things do change, but you got to be willing to dip into it. You got to be willing to get into it and make it happen. Don't be afraid of words that you've never heard before. And what we were talking about, two of the people I was talking to, was affiliate marketing. They said, "No, that's just a new name for network marketing." I said, "No, it's not." I said, "They're two totally different things." I said, "Affiliate marketing is strictly dealing with online products." I said, "You don't have to go out and talk to anybody. You can do the entire program online." I said, "If somebody goes in and buys from your site, you make money. You don't ship, you don't do anything." And one thing we were talking about, yesterday was you have to be willing to work and make it happen, or it doesn't happen at all. So I started learning how to do all that stuff. I started learning how to do it online. My entire business, I didn't talk to a soul. I had a guy that I paid a company to email market for me, and we sold our products, and we sold a bunch of them. We was doing 20, 30,000 bucks a day, and it was awesome. And I loved it. And life was good. And then that segment kind of changed a little bit. And then I had to do what? I had to shift. And I went into building websites, because in the interim of me learning how to do my own stuff, I learned how to design websites. Back then, it was just simple HTML code. Anybody could really learn how to do it if you had a computer and an internet and able to look up HTML. You could pretty much design anything you wanted to, center the images, and wasn't very fancy pages, And so I went into that business, and shoot, back then you were selling pages for $1,000 a page. You can't get $20 a page for them now. It's a little bit different today. It's kind of funny. I was just talking to a couple of guys that came by the house here, and sold them some gun safes. And one of the guys was in telecom. And he was in telecom when telecom first launched. The bag phones were coming out and that kind of thing, and mobile telecom I'm talking about. And so we were talking how things have changed. He said, "Yeah." He said, "What I used to get $50,000 for, today they sell it for $89." He had to adjust with the change. Everybody has to adjust with the change, but you can't be afraid of that. You can't be afraid of new words. First off, you have to understand what you're talking about. If you don't understand what you're talking about, it's probably better off to study and learn so that you can speak intelligently to someone about the conversation you're going to have. And that's another reason people get upset, is they don't understand. Okay. First off, they're afraid of change. They're afraid of diving into something new. Secondly, they don't understand what they're talking about. Why? Because they didn't take 30 minutes out of their day to learn. Okay. You don't need a lot of skills to make money online. You just need the will and the desire to win, to overcome. And you have to make the time to study. If you're not willing to do that, guess what? It's not going to happen. It will never happen. You will continue to fail day after day because you're diving into an area of expertise that you have no expertise in. Why? Because you weren't willing to take the time to learn. You'll have to excuse me. My lips are chapped. They're chapped bad, man. I've been outside for the last couple of days in this heat, and I'm going to put some chapstick on. We're live. I might as well do it right. And so anyway, secondly, you've got to take time to learn. You got to take time to do what you do. All right. You've got to educate yourself. You've got to be knowledgeable. I'm not telling you to become a online marketing expert overnight, because it's not going to happen. Gosh, I've been doing this since 1998, I guess, 97, something like that. I mean, that's a very, very long time. Sorry about that. Dry, so dry. But you go through the motions, right? You go through all of the you take the time to want to do it, but then you don't take the time to learn how to do it. And that's the biggest problem today. You don't have to have skills to launch an online business. You need patience and desire to want to. If you don't have that, guess what? You're not going to make it. We talked yesterday about desperation. Most people launch a business on desperation, online. I'm talking about online marketing. They see the guys that make money. I've made a lot of money online. I love it. That's why I do it. I mean, I've sweat my butt off today because I've been outside, but I don't want to do this. I don't want to come in sweaty and wet and all that stuff. I came in and did this immediately because I wanted to feel the pain of the heat outside, to share this moment with you. I know, kind of crazy. I'm kind of weird, but so dig down, dig deep. Quit rushing. If you don't get anything out of this course that I'm teaching over the next several weeks, okay, several months, however long this is going to take, I want you to do something. I want you to sit back and think about everything you don't know with what you're doing. I don't care if you're selling pencils to a school. Do you know if that's a good pencil or not? Do you know if the carbon is right? If it's a number 2 pencil, is the company that's making them, are they using cheap carbon? Does the pencil write? Does it skip? Does it have granules in it that when you're writing, it makes a mark on the page? I don't know. I'm just talking out loud because I don't know a damn thing about pencils. All right. But what I do know is I don't care what you sell. If it's this controller right here, okay, know everything there is to know about this controller. Now, I'm going to tell you something about this controller that's different than most Roku controllers. And I don't know if it's because it's an on TV or what, but it's got a volume control and a mute button on the side. We've got like 6 of these floating around the house. That's how I know this is mine, because of the volume button, and I always say, who's got my controller? And somebody will hand me one, and I say, that's not my controller. It don't have the volume button on. Well, I didn't know they had volume buttons on the side. Well, yours don't, so give me my controller. And, but it's the little things. And I know that's silly. You're probably thinking, what the heck does that have to do with it? It's the little things that matter. This matters to me. It's the little things that matter to the person that you're talking to. They know that you're going to talk to them and share with them how to make money. Teach them the process. Get them out of their uncomfort zone and put them in their comfort zone. Make them understand how things work. Okay. How do you earn money? Okay. I know you can earn money. You're doing it. I mean, dude, you're making money. But how do you do that? The biggest videos on YouTube for years now have been the DIY videos, the do-it-yourself videos. Matter of fact, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I was driving down the road coming home just a few minutes ago, and I was watching a DIY video on how to properly string the weed eater that I have, because I've not been doing it right, and I can tell because it always clogs up. So I was watching a DIY video on how to string this particular weed eater. Guess what? I did it the right way, and it's amazing how well it works, and I did it myself. I didn't have to take it to the shop. Everybody's the same way. They want to be able to do it themselves, but they got to have direction on how to do it. They're afraid. They're uneducated. They don't have a strong desire right now because they don't know what to have a desire for. So if you walk them through the process, if they're willing to take it, if they're, excuse me, if they're willing to listen, if they're willing to go through that process, if all that's lined up and that's what they really want to do. And what did I say yesterday? Or maybe it was day before yesterday? Quit messing with the people that don't want to do anything. You say, well, gosh, Kerry, they're my friends. I really want them to do this. Yeah, it ain't about what you really want to do. Has nothing to do with that. Quit really wanting to do anything. Okay. The only thing that you should be doing is helping someone, educating someone, teaching someone. I don't care what it is you're doing. If you don't have anything else in your mind today, remember the volume switch and the mute button. It's the little things that really matter. So with that said, I know today's just kind of a ramble session. I'm trying to get everything out of my mind that's been going through my mind today. You know, we all go through that. And we start thinking about things and start thinking about the little things that they kind of get under our skin when you're talking to somebody, and you know they start talking stuff that they don't have a clue what they're talking about. You're like, okay, dude, you know, end the conversation. I call it EOC, land the plane, end the conversation. Let's get out of here. And I use that a lot. You know, I just tell people, hey, it's time to land the plane, man. You're not interested, and I'm not interested in you. So let's walk away friends and forget everything else happened. But yeah, people are afraid. They're afraid of change. They're afraid of what's coming tomorrow. You know, we're going through some tough economic times right now. I've just about nailed every single thing that's happened right on the button 6 months ago, a year ago. And that because that's something I study. I study economics. I study and learn what's going on, and I listen to the BS. And I'm very fortunate. I have an opportunity to watch events because I do online events and stream online events for major corporations. And you get the real news in the back end. And so you start putting two to two together, and you start seeing the little economic indicators changing, and everybody's saying, oh, that's nothing. And you know it is. But educate yourself. Simply educate yourself. I went just a little bit longer, and I really enjoy talking to y'all every day. I enjoy being a part of what we do. I hope you glean something from what I talk about, and I hope you enjoy it. I had a really great comment. You can see it in the group from a longtime friend, actually, that's a part of the group that's been following me for a very long time. But just make it simple. Keep it simple. You know, there used to be the old kiss analogy, you know, keep it simple, stupid, or keep it simple, silly. I mean, there's all kind of words for the last S. I don't really think anybody's stupid. I just think there's some people that are uneducated and don't want to learn anything else more than they already know. So they kind of put themselves in that category. But I want to thank you for coming out. I want to thank you for watching. We're going to get right back into training tomorrow. It's Sunday, you know, fixing to chill out and wrap up my day. And actually, I wrapped it up much earlier than this because it's so stinking hot. But everybody have a great day. God bless. And I will see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock when Kerry class is in session. Good night, everybody.